Ladies, let me speak truth to you today. We often hear that love is about holding on, about clinging tight, about always being there to prove your worth. But what if I told you the real power lies in knowing when to let go? When to detach? Yes, detach, not out of coldness or cruelty, but out of respect for yourself, your peace, and your value. Men are attracted to women who can detach because those women have mastered the art of self-possession. They don't chase approval or validation. They don't beg for attention or plead for affection. Instead, they live freely, fully, and fiercely, knowing that their worth isn't tied to someone else's recognition. Detachment is not about indifference. It's about creating boundaries that protect your heart and your mind. It's about showing a man that your life is rich and complete, with or without him. And paradoxically, this freedom calls men in because it awakens something deep inside them. A respect, a desire, a challenge. When a woman detaches, she isn't giving up, she's stepping up. She's saying, I'm here, but I'm not desperate. I'm whole and I'm choosing to share my world with you, not lose myself in it. So if you want to be truly magnetic, learn to detach. Not to push away, but to hold yourself close enough that no one else can push you around. Detachment is strength, grace, and wisdom wrapped in one. When a woman learns to detach, what she's really doing is showing the world, and especially the men around her, that she is firmly rooted in herself. She doesn't waver based on someone's attention or approval. This kind of detachment is not about being cold or distant. It's about being deeply connected to your own sense of worth and identity. It's the foundation of true confidence. Think about it. How often do we see people who are desperate for validation? They crave every nod, every smile, every message like it's a lifeline. But a woman who has mastered detachment doesn't live this way. She's anchored in who she is and what she values, so external opinions or fleeting affections don't sway her. She knows her value isn't a reflection of a man's interest or lack thereof. This steadiness is magnetic in a way that chasing or clinging never can be. Detachment sends a powerful message without words. I am enough. I do not need you to complete me, nor do I need constant reassurance to feel worthy. When a woman carries herself with this understanding, men notice because it's rare and refreshing. It's a level of maturity and self-awareness that elevates the entire dynamic. Suddenly, interactions shift from a game of need and desperation to one of respect and genuine curiosity. A man is drawn to a woman who knows her value because it challenges him to meet her at her level rather than taking her for granted. Moreover, this kind of detachment creates emotional freedom. It's freedom from anxiety, from overthinking, from trying to control how others feel or behave. When a woman detaches in this way, she stops burning her energy trying to make something happen or trying to be what she thinks others want. Instead, she uses that energy to nurture herself, to grow, and to flourish. This growth and freedom shine through and become incredibly attractive. No one wants to be with someone who is wrapped up in insecurity and neediness. People are drawn to those who radiate peace and strength. Detachment also means a woman is no longer willing to settle for less than she deserves. When you know your worth, you set boundaries that protect your heart and mind. You don't waste time or emotions on someone who doesn't see or respect your value. This self-possession means that a woman commands respect naturally. She doesn't have to demand it or beg for it. She simply holds space for it, and men, consciously or not, recognize that and respond to it. Ultimately, detachment is a declaration of self, love, and self-respect. It's a refusal to make your happiness contingent on anyone else's actions or feelings. This is the essence of confidence, being whole on your own, knowing your worth, and living your truth regardless of external validation. And when you live from this place, you become irresistible not because you chase, but because you attract. Creating healthy boundaries is one of the most essential parts of detachment, and it's what separates strength from desperation in any relationship. When a woman detaches, she is not shutting others out or becoming cold. Rather, she is defining clear limits on what is acceptable and what is not, protecting her emotional and mental well-being. These boundaries are her shield, ensuring that her peace is not sacrificed for someone else's convenience or whims. Too often, women get caught up in trying to please everyone, bending over backward to meet the needs and expectations of others, especially men they care about. This kind of overextension can lead to exhaustion, confusion, and heartbreak, but a woman who detaches knows when to say no, when to step back, and when to guard her heart fiercely. She understands that her energy is precious and that it must be guarded carefully. This is not about being selfish, it's about self-respect. Healthy boundaries create a foundation for any relationship to thrive because they establish respect. When a woman knows her limits and communicates them clearly, she invites others to treat her accordingly. She doesn't tolerate disrespect, manipulation, or neglect. Instead, she holds firm and makes it clear that her worth cannot be compromised for convenience or control. This clarity makes relationships stronger and more genuine because there is less room for misunderstanding and hurt. A woman who detaches by setting boundaries also preserves her sense of identity. In many relationships, it's easy to lose sight of oneself by trying too hard to fit into someone else's world or expectations. But boundaries help a woman stay grounded in her values, her dreams, and her emotional needs. This means she remains whole, even while being connected to another person. When boundaries are present, love doesn't become a cage. It becomes a safe, nurturing space where both individuals can grow. Men are attracted to this kind of detachment because it demonstrates strength and clarity. When a woman says, "This is what I will accept, and this is what I won't," it challenges a man to rise to the occasion or step aside. It sends a message that she is not a doormat, not someone to be taken for granted. Instead, she is a partner who expects respect and equality. This dynamic shifts the power balance in a healthy way, where mutual respect replaces insecurity and control. Furthermore, boundaries protect a woman's peace of mind. Detachment means she won't be consumed by anxiety or insecurity over whether she's enough or doing enough. Instead, she protects her mental space, choosing to invest only in relationships and situations that honor her. This freedom from emotional chaos is not just attractive, but also necessary for long-term happiness. Ultimately, detachment through healthy boundaries is an act of self, love, and courage. It means choosing yourself even when it's hard, even when emotions pull you in another direction. It means standing firm in your worth and refusing to let anyone dim your light. And that, above all, is what makes a woman truly magnetic. When a woman detaches, she sparks respect and genuine attraction in a way that is natural and profound. This attraction doesn't come from superficial charms or desperate attempts to win someone over. It comes from an inner place of strength and self-awareness that resonates deeply with others, especially men. It's the kind of attraction that draws people in not because they feel needed, but because they feel valued. And that value shines brightest when a woman stands firm in herself. Men are instinctively drawn to confidence, but not the kind that is loud or boastful. They are drawn to quiet confidence, the kind that shows up when a woman knows who she is, what she wants, and what she will no longer tolerate. When a woman detaches, she communicates this confidence without saying a word. It's in the way she carries herself, in the calmness of her presence, and in the boundaries she maintains. This kind of attraction is magnetic because it's authentic. It's not forced or manufactured. Genuine attraction also grows out of respect, and respect is a natural byproduct of detachment. When a woman detaches, she stops chasing approval or validation. She stops trying to fit into someone else's mold or expectations. Instead, she lives her truth and honors her values. Men respect this because it shows strength, integrity, and self-love, qualities that are incredibly appealing and rare. Respect is earned, and it is deeply connected to how a woman values herself. When a woman detaches, she shifts the dynamic from one of neediness to one of equality. This shift is crucial because attraction cannot thrive in an unbalanced relationship where one person is constantly giving and the other only receiving. Detachment puts both parties on equal footing. It allows a man to come forward willingly, to engage fully, and to appreciate a woman for who she truly is, not just for what she can provide or how much attention she offers. Furthermore, detachment helps weed out those who aren't genuinely interested or capable of a healthy relationship. It acts as a filter, showing who will respect a woman's boundaries and who will not. Men who are truly attracted and ready for a meaningful connection will step up and meet her where she is. Those who aren't will fade away. This process, though sometimes painful, ultimately protects a woman from wasting time and energy on relationships that don't serve her highest good. Attraction rooted in detachment is sustainable because it's based on mutual respect and genuine connection rather than superficial need. When a woman detaches, she creates space for real love, love that is chosen freely, not out of obligation or desperation. This kind of love is nourishing, empowering, and enduring. In the end, detachment is not about pushing people away, but about drawing the right people closer. Those who see a woman's value and respond with respect, admiration, and true affection. That's the kind of attraction that lasts and transforms lives. Detachment is a powerful form of self-love. When a woman chooses to detach, she is actively choosing herself, her peace, her happiness, and her well-being above anything else. This act of stepping back is not a sign of weakness or abandonment. It is a profound expression of respect for her own needs and emotions. Self-love means recognizing that no one else is responsible for your happiness except you, and detachment is one of the clearest ways to live that truth. Many women struggle with the fear that if they detach, they might lose someone or miss out on love. But the reality is quite the opposite. Detachment doesn't push love away. It invites the right kind of love in. It creates space for relationships that are balanced, respectful, and nurturing. When a woman loves herself enough to detach from situations or people that drain her, she protects her energy and emotional health. This self-protection is not selfish. It's necessary. Choosing to detach means that a woman refuses to sacrifice her identity or happiness to keep someone else comfortable. It means she understands that love should not come at the cost of her mental or emotional well-being. Instead of clinging to relationships that cause pain or confusion, detachment allows her to walk away or step back with grace and dignity. This is one of the most courageous acts of self-love there is because it requires honesty, strength, and sometimes heartbreak. Detachment also teaches a woman to be patient with herself and her journey. It's a reminder that healing and growth often require distance and time. By detaching, she gives herself the permission to breathe, reflect, and rebuild. This process of self-care is vital for cultivating a healthy relationship with herself first, which then opens the door to healthier relationships with others. Furthermore, detachment prevents emotional burnout. When a woman invests too much in trying to control or fix others' feelings or actions, she risks losing herself in the process. Detachment breaks this cycle. It allows her to step back and observe without getting entangled in drama or codependency. This emotional clarity is a gift she gives herself, reinforcing her self-worth and preserving her happiness. By loving herself through detachment, a woman also models healthy behavior for those around her. She shows that it's okay to prioritize your needs and to expect respect. This sets a powerful example, especially in relationships where mutual self-love and respect create a foundation for trust and intimacy. In the end, detachment is a way of saying, "I am enough on my own." It's the ultimate act of Love because it declares that your happiness does not depend on someone else's presence or approval. When a woman lives from this place of love for herself, she radiates confidence, peace, and authenticity, and that is magnetic in its purest form. When a woman learns to detach, she doesn't just protect herself, she also creates a space that challenges the men in her life to rise to the occasion. Detachment acts as a kind of emotional test, not in a manipulative way, but as a natural consequence of holding oneself with respect and dignity. It sends a clear message: I am here, whole and strong, and I won't settle for less than what I deserve. This challenge awakens something inside a man, calling him to step up, to meet her level, or to walk away. Many men are used to relationships where the woman bends over backward to accommodate their needs, where boundaries are vague or non-existent. Detachment disrupts that dynamic. When a woman detaches, she sets standards and holds firm to them. She refuses to be taken for granted or to tolerate disrespect. This forces a man to reflect on his own behavior and intentions. It invites him to become a better version of himself, to show up with integrity, care, and commitment. This isn't about creating distance to push a man away. Rather, it's about creating a healthy space where real growth and mutual respect can flourish. When a woman detaches, she demonstrates that she values herself enough to demand respect and emotional maturity. This can inspire a man to step into his own strength and responsibility because he sees that the relationship won't survive on complacency or neglect. The beauty of this process is that it weeds out those who aren't willing or able to meet that standard. Not every man will rise to the challenge, and that's okay. Detachment reveals who is genuinely interested in building a meaningful connection and who is merely passing through. This clarity saves a woman from investing time and emotion into relationships that aren't aligned with her worth and desires. Additionally, detachment empowers a woman to hold her boundaries without guilt or fear. She understands that stepping back when necessary is a sign of strength, not weakness. This ability to pause and protect her heart sends a powerful message that she won't be pushed into situations that diminish her. Men notice this strength. It commands respect and admiration, and it fosters a relationship dynamic based on equality rather than dependency. When a man rises to meet a woman who detaches, the relationship transforms. It becomes a partnership built on mutual effort, respect, and emotional availability. Both individuals bring their best selves, knowing that love is a choice freely given, not a desperate grasp at connection. Detachment, in this sense, is a catalyst for deeper intimacy and authenticity. In the end, detachment is not about withdrawing love, it's about elevating love. It calls on men to show up fully, honestly, and respectfully. It reminds them that the woman they desire is not someone to be controlled or taken for granted, but someone to be honored and cherished. And when a man meets that call, the relationship becomes something powerful, beautiful, and lasting. True detachment is empowerment, not rejection. This is a crucial distinction that many misunderstand. Detaching doesn't mean shutting people out or pushing them away with coldness or indifference. Instead, it's about loving yourself enough to create the space you need for clarity, peace, and growth. It's a powerful choice to protect your emotional well-being and to refuse to lose yourself in the process of loving someone else. Empowerment through detachment means that you hold your power in every relationship. You no longer allow your happiness or sense of worth to be dictated by how others treat you or whether they choose to stay. Instead, you take full responsibility for your own emotions and boundaries. This takes courage and self-awareness, but it's the foundation for lasting strength. When a woman detaches in this way, she is sending a message: I am whole and complete on my own, and I choose to share my life with you, not lose myself for you. This kind of empowerment flips the traditional dynamic on its head. Rather than being dependent or needy, She becomes a partner who stands on equal footing. She loves freely, but fiercely guards her own identity and peace. Many women fear that detachment will come off as rejection or cause others to misunderstand their intentions. But empowerment through detachment actually invites honesty and clarity. It cuts through confusion and games by setting clear emotional boundaries. This clarity is a gift, not only to oneself, but also to the other person. It shows that love and respect cannot flourish in the absence of personal integrity and self-care. Detachment is also a way to reclaim your energy and focus. Instead of getting caught up in emotional turmoil or trying to fix others, a woman who detaches chooses to invest her time and attention wisely. She becomes intentional about what and who she allows into her life. This empowerment through choice strengthens her sense of agency, reminding her that she is not powerless but deeply in control of her own happiness. It's important to understand that detachment does not close the door to connection or vulnerability. Rather, it creates a safe space for authentic connection to grow. When a woman is empowered by detachment, she can engage in relationships without fear of losing herself or being swallowed by codependency. She can love openly, but with boundaries that protect her heart and soul. Ultimately, this empowerment transforms how a woman experiences love. She stops settling for less and starts expecting more, not from others, but from herself. She chooses relationships that align with her values and enhances her life, not complicate or diminish it. Detachment becomes a tool for creating healthier, more fulfilling bonds. In this way, true detachment is an act of profound self-love and empowerment. It is the ability to love without losing yourself, to protect your peace without shutting down your heart, and to stand strong while remaining open. And that is the kind of power that not only attracts but sustains meaningful, respectful love.